Thank you for joining us here on the Elwin channel, where we share all kinds of content about a passion for window shades, philosophies, current issues, life, and design. Energy efficiency not only saves businesses and consumers money, but it also reduces pollution by cutting energy use. Jeff Van Drew, U.S. Representative. Interesting fact of the day. Even though solar and wind power energy is by far the most inexpensive and cleanest of all, certain countries like Turkmenistan are 100% powered by fossil fuels, which makes it the #1 country in the world with the dirtiest power grid. In today's video, we're diving into the topic of the importance of the power grid, what it does, and the wisdom behind saving precious energy. It goes without saying that most of the world's population is increasingly using energy year by year, decade by decade. With the amazing technological advancements and tools that we use to make life easier, or perhaps more complicated depending on whom you speak with, we are undoubtedly utilizing the power grid more than ever before. But the problem is, the efficiency of the power grid's usage is rarely monitored. So what exactly is a power grid? To put matters simply, it is a constantly operating system that is split into 3 different regions within the United States, delivering power transformed into electricity all throughout. There is the Eastern Interconnection located to the east of the Rocky Mountains, the Western Interconnection operating all over the Pacific Ocean and Rocky Mountain areas, and the Texas Interconnection, which obviously powers up that state without reliance on outside resources. All of this ensures that power and electricity be effectively sent throughout the entire nation, always playing a balance of supply and demand as it happens. The reason that blackouts in the US don't happen quite as often as in many other regions of the world is directly linked to that supply and demand balance. And so, the power grid generates, transmits, and distributes, while each separate electric company is responsible for transmitting said power to electricity into all of our homes, buildings, and places of work. This is done by the electric company's element of choice, whether it be fossil fuels like coal or natural gas, nuclear power, or solar and wind power. By now, we can easily see why it's essential to save energy and become more eco-conscious for the sake of the future. There's only a limited amount of element, and our high demand for electricity could potentially overtax these grids. Even so, some of the greatest threats to the power grid are related to extreme climate changes, such as constant heavy rainfall, violent winds, drastic temperature fluctuations, and wildfires, due to the fact that a large portion of the power's infrastructure is on top of ground level rather than underneath. The good news is that solar power and solar panels greatly contribute to the well-being of the grids, because you see, even solar panels, or at least most of them, receive power from other companies' electric grids during times when the sun isn't executing enough power. Fortunately, the unused energy is then recycled back to the grid. So how do we fix this issue of overtaxing the grid? Well, have you considered the option of metallized solar shades? Here's the thing, with most shades, you either have to choose a light-colored fabric or one that is absolutely UV repellent with few dark tones. But with fabric that is embedded with tiny microscopic metal particles, you can choose any and all color options as the shades reflect the sunlight. And thus, you still get the benefits of saving energy in your home by effectively keeping the sun out and reducing glare, while making your interior space aesthetically suitable to your needs and preferences. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the Elwin channel, and feel free to share our videos on your social media platforms.